Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. And today we have a game between Special and Snute here on Abyssal Reef, the Ladder Edition. In the top left corner of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Special. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Snute. This is from the quarterfinals of WCS Valencia 2017. Two incredible players going at it on one of the biggest stages you can ever reach in the StarCraft universe. And let's get right on into it here. Snute has the option of going hatch first or pool first against Special. Special has been known to go 3 Rax Reaper against Zerg from time to time. And if you go hatch first, it's pretty darn hard to hold off, which just means unless you're willing to drone scout, pool first is the way to go. There it is. There's your pool from Snute. And I assume he's going to go into hatch at this point and then extractor, but you know, basically Zerg has a lot of options in the ZVT matchup these days. Used to be hatch first was the way to go every single time, but you know, 3 Rax Reaper. 3 Rax Reaper kind of changed all of that. Yeah, this is before the latest patch of StarCraft, so Reapers haven't been nerfed. But in the hands of players like Beyond, I'm not sure that actually matters. All right, there we go. There's the hatch from Snute. There's your extractor coming up as well. Pool just about to complete. Do we have immediate lings from Snute? The answer is going to be yes, he's got a pair. He has a pair there coming out of one egg. They're twins. Isn't that cute? Every pair of lings are twins. Ah, I mean, they all look exactly identical to the rest of their brothers and sisters, but still, a special relationship is between those lings that are inside the egg at the same time before they hatch. Overlord scouting up to the north, one heading the other way here. Sloverlord's not the greatest scouters on Earth, but you get lucky with them sometimes. There is a... Is he not... Did he not make a... Did he not make a Reaper? I don't think he made a Reaper. Wow, no Reaper at all? Just a quick Marine from Special here. Trying to look for Sloverlords is what he's doing. He's trying to see if he can kill an Overlord, maybe supply block Snute a little bit, or force him to make an Overlord when he doesn't want to, which is also pretty darn good. Pulling workers off gas after he has enough for speed. Okay, so he gets speed. As soon as he gets that 100, he immediately pulls the workers off gas, sends them to the natural base. Got a queen here, waiting for a Reaper that will never actually come, surprisingly enough. Factory coming up for Special, and that's a reactor. We're going to swap the factory onto the barracks and steal that reactor. Lings do actually manage to delay the construction of this command center. They really want to get that SCV. Can he get it? Oh, the repair. No, the repair is not enough. Does pick off the SCV, the single ling. Can he get another one? That is inexcusable if he gets another one. Okay, he does not. Whew, Special's Marine's a little bit too on top of that. And actually, no, does not flip the factory up to take that reactor. We're double pumping Marines instead. We're getting a Widow Mine with that factory, and there's the starport. So it's the Destiny Cloud Fist build with a command center thrown in there. Destiny Cloud Fist Strike is what some people have been calling it for a while. I'm not sure that's actually really caught on or not. It's a lot of syllables. I know Destiny Cloud Fist is a lot of syllables too, but man, Destiny Cloud Fist Strike. Just crazy times. Third hatch right here for Snute at about 3.5 minutes, which seems reasonable. Again, considering Special has put 0 pressure on Snute at all for the first couple minutes here, Snute's got to be feeling pretty good about things. He's up 32 to 25 harvesters. He's making 10 lings now. He expects some kind of harassment to come up very, very soon. Or he wants to be aggressive, which, I don't know. I don't think he has the tools to be really aggressive here. Widow Mines can wreck his day. These Hellions can wreck his day. Marine's pretty good against the Lings. But here comes the drop from Special. So he's moving out at 4 minutes with a single medevac Marine Widow Mine drop here. Snute looks like he's ready for this. He made the Lings in advance. He's got a bunch of queens here too. He could have upwards of 70 workers by this point, but he doesn't because he knows he needs stuff to survive against the next couple of minutes. Oh my goodness, 4 queens here against this drop. Yeah, get out, run. This is not a good place for you. SCV gets left behind and picked off. Oh, there was an SCV in that medevac. What? Well, Snute shut that thing down, killed the SCV, trying to come into the natural base and finish it off too, but again, Spore Crawler does get a nice shot off on that medevac. Ling's rolling in. And Special has to get the heck out of there. Ling is in for the scout inside the main base here of Special. Wow, sees the armory. Sees the, actually, 1 barracks, Liberator type stuff here. Are you still Hellions trying to pick off things here at the 3rd, but Queen's rail good against them. So Snute is just absolutely shutting this down. Special not able to do anything in the first 5 minutes here that he wants to do. And it's 49. I was going to say 74 workers, but 47 workers to 38. Not really droning up. Again, here is Snute, but he knows he can't really do that now. His game sense is good enough to say, all right, if I drone up, I'm just going to die. Here comes some Hellbats with special. And again, the armory was scouted by Snute, so he sees it. He sees that there are Hellbats coming on in here. This is a lot of queen, though. This is 7 queens. Nope, 6 queens against these Hellbats. Target firing pretty well, and transfuses. Yep, never mind, missed a transfuse there. Actually, did they have enough energy for transfuse? Yes, one of them does. Just used it. Link's coming around the backside to provide additional DPS. This Liberator trying to do stuff here at the Natural, getting shut down by a Spore Crawler. Does have 3 kills, but in the end, that's not really cost efficient. Third base done for special here as well. So to this point, not a lot of stuff has died. We've got 1,000 resources lost for special, 850 for Snute. This is a time I think Snute's going to want to drone up, and he is. He's making 8 drones at a time right now. He's going to get himself up to 60, about 70 workers. Maybe sit around there for a while. You don't need much more in ZVT these days, unless you're going for some kind of crazy 5-base, 6-base type thing this early, but he is not. Although, yep, there's that timing for the 4th. And, oh, his own creep tumor's blocking it. Oh, no, Snute. I mean, he fixed that pretty quickly. Not like it was a game-ending type mistake, but meanwhile, Cloaked Banshee shows up here at the Natural base, killing 4 drones. So, I mean, he's gotten 7 drones killed in the first 6.5 minutes, which is good. It's good. It's not great. More droning up here from Snute, making 8 workers at the same time. And there you go. Gets that 4th base down. Up and to the left of his 3rd. However, that 3rd base for special is looking pretty good here, too. Lings have been scouting on in, so Snute knows exactly what's going on. Lings are trying to knock down these rocks to allow additional access to a future 4th base of special that's not even landed yet. But he knows. Snute knows, and actually the Lings didn't get the debris. Didn't get the rocks. 30 hit points. Banshee's wrecking them. 7 kills and 7 kills each. Doing a good job sharing that. Hydralisk Den and Evolution Chamber here. Liberator here at the 3rd base, getting a couple more kills. Queens stabbing away. This is a hallmark of a special game, you guys. He is going to harass you from the beginning to the end. Well, maybe not the beginning, because he skipped Reaper, but he will take you down, man. He will make sure you do not have a moment to rest. No, why'd you set up there? Bad place. All right, that was not a good move by special for sure. But Cyclone's moving out. A bunch of Hellions here. Never mind, they are now Hellbats. Hellbats and Hellions and Banshees. We are meching it hard right now against Snute. Ready to go here. Banshees trying to pick off the Queen. You're at the 4th base. More Banshees joining the party. Are they going to get her? Spore Crawler does save the life of the Queen here. A scan riddling some creep tumors going to take those things out, and this is a pretty big army at this point in the game for special. Snute throwing down Corrosive Bile, trying to hit these guys. Can they quite do it? No, not really here. We're going to chase these Hellbats away anyway. It's enough roaches, it's enough Ravagers. The Queen's here too. Any Overseer to detect these Cloaked Banshees? The answer is no. Somehow Snute does not have any of those. I don't know why. Small harassment at the front door here too. Widowmine is taken out by Corrosive Bile. Oh, we're going Swarm Host. Oh, Snute. Snute is going Swarm Host here against this meching player. We haven't seen this really since Heart of the Swarm, when the answer for mech was Swarm Host, and games were 3.5 hours long. Not even exaggerating there. There were some crazy long professional games at tournaments during Heart of the Swarm stuff. Ravagers and Orochas trying to pick off these Cyclones. Corrosive Bile's landing and hitting fairly well. They're getting some nice damage off him, and it's a free spell. Doesn't really hurt too many things. Hellions rolling into the 3rd. Get out of there, drones. 7 drones roasted up. They're not Blue Flame Hellions, which is kind of odd, but they do have the +1 attack, which is fine. Roasting up some more. The target firing is really, really good here right now. And the Hellions actually managed to get out of there alive. Trying to get cut off here by the Roaches and the Ravagers, but instead they flow on into where they're going to go. The Natural base. The Natural base is pretty unprotected. Yeah. Drones have to fight for their own lives. That is never good. That is really mostly super bad here. 14 drones killed, and finally the Hellions get cleaned up. Meanwhile, Swarm Host are here. Swarm Host are going to attack into this command center of specials. This 4th base, oh man, they could get it before it upgrades to a PF, but they need to go now. They need to go now, and they need to hit it. And they're focusing it down. Is there enough DPS to get him before the Hellions and the Hellbats? And the Cyclones get rid of them. So close, and the repair helps to save it there too. Woo! Planetary Fortress finishes not dead. Not dead. Snute almost able to get it, but the reaction time from special a little bit too high here. Creep tumors spreading out across the map here. Creep set for Snute is always pretty darn good. Banshee with 9 kills. Some of those are creep tumors, which are defenseless units. Anyway, Swarmhost, they really want this 4th base super bad. Comes right on in. Tosses down them Locusts. Actually not going after the PF necessarily this time. No, he is. He's trying to focus it down. Is there enough DPS to do this? No, not with a tank splash. Not with a tank. He really wants to get it, but I don't think he can. Locusts in the air. Oh, trying to pick off these tanks. A more better long-term strategy here. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't know about this one. Meanwhile, Banshee's still wrecking stuff here. We do have a Liberator here at the natural base, killing more and more things. The attack on the planetary fortress is shoved away. Snute not able to get it. This PF has almost been dead twice, but never actually quite dead. The Banshee having a great time before he gets picked off by a Queen. Had a lot of kills, though. Another more 5 kills on that Liberator before she gets picked off by a spawning or a Spore Crawler here at the natural base. So we're looking at 5 bases for Snute, 4 bases. 5th base just about done here for Special. He really wants to get this 4th. Does Snute. Can't Lucas adding their DPS to the party here, and I think it's gonna go, and there it goes. The command center planetary fortress is dead. Snute sacrificed a lot of stuff to make that thing happen. Oh, the insanity. The blue flame is done. Corrosive Biles hitting Hellbats very, very nicely. +3 attack on the way from Snute. 12 SCVs killed. It is down to 53 workers for Special and 83 for Snute. 33 drones have been killed and 25 SCVs. Still attacking into this 4th base area. Tanks and Hellbats and Hellions pretty good against this little composition of a few Ravagers and mostly Swarmhost. Meanwhile, Hellions Blue Flame got inside the main base. Did they get dropped? How on earth did they make it all the way in here? I don't know. I don't actually know. More attempts on a planetary fortress. Just kidding. Landing on top of these Cyclones. Taking out tanks with Swarmhost Locust is exactly what you want to do if you're the Zerg player right now. Again, you might lose the Locust, but they come back anyway. No big deal. Picking off yet another something. Nope. Pretty good DPS. Pretty good DPS on these tanks and these Hellions with the Blue Flame. 23 damage versus Light in Hellion format, and in Hellbat, it's going to be 36 damage versus Light. 36 damage versus Light. Is a lot. Is a super lot. So we're at 5 base to 4 base. Special still hasn't replaced his 4th. He's been worried about the aggression coming at him. A lot of mules tossed down here at this 5th base location for Special. Even though it's 82 to 64 harvesters, the income is about the same, about 3,000 minerals per minute for each right now. Goes to show the power of the mule. Locusts flying in. That's when they're the most vulnerable, getting on top of these tanks and taking out some stuff here. Meanwhile, another Blue Flame Hellion run by here at the 3rd. Can they take down these drones? They're doing an excellent job of taking down these drones. They're forcing most of the army to come back for Snute. Ravager trying to do this thing, but look at all of the orange flames on the ground right now. 19 drones killed in the last couple of minutes. That's 59 drones have been destroyed so far. We are going to keep increasing that count for the next couple seconds here, and finally the Hellions get removed. But that's 26. 26 drones killed. Locusts flying into this new base of Specials, not a planetary fortress. Mind you, reaction time of Special pretty good. And Blue Flame Hellion tank Cyclone pretty fantastic at picking that thing down. Yeah, those Locusts. Switch over to Ultralisks, possibly. Here, Snute. He's got the Ultralisk Cavern on the way. He's making Hydras, too. Ooh. Nicely done by Special, finding that army and murdering them pretty darn quickly here. Vipers in the sky for Snute. It's taken him a little bit of a long time to get them here, but that's okay. Better late than never. Corrosive Biles taking out those missile turrets. Are they? Nope. Damaged them anyway. Locust going after something. I don't know what it is, but most missile turrets are gone. Corrosive Biles finishing off something that is completely dead here. He really doesn't like those missile turrets to come up at the front, and he's doing everything he can to shut them down. Special continuing to make them in direct violation of what Snute wants, which is kind of why this is a battle. Snute heading on up north, spreading this creep, continuing to push on in to Special's side of the map. Special sneaking in the south side, though. Got his Hellbats walking around like they own the place. +3 vehicle weapons is on the way. Kindness plating coming on up. Snute with the flank from the right side and the top side. Blinding Cloud on all of these tanks. That is so much Blinding Cloud. Corrosive Biles taking out tanks. Roaches, Ravagers getting rid of them as well. They are so out of commission right now. Finally, Blinding Cloud wears off, but there's only 3 tanks here at the front. There are more at the back, though. A surprising number of tanks here for Special, and they are going to be okay. I mean, he lost a bunch of tanks, but he had like 15, so that was enough to deal with the army that Snute had on the ground. Snute has a 6th base down here at the bottom, but Special sees it. Special says, maybe you can't have this base after all. Blue Flame Hellbat DPS, pretty great tanks here at the same time. We got 5 Ultralisks in production for Snute. He has not been getting his melee attack upgrades. They're not going to hit very hard, but they are going to have +3 Ground Carapace and Chitinous Plating, which makes them pretty tanky. Yeah, which is what we are, basically what he needs them to do. 7th base attempted up top here for Snute, but Special setting up in range of this 5th base of the Zerg player, going for it. Ultralisks in the front, trying to tank damage. There's Blinding Cloud going down. There's Yoink being used here as well. And is it enough? It's enough to get through these tanks, just crushing through this army. A lot of Ultras died, mind you. 4 Ultralisks got killed in that one battle, but they won. They tanked enough damage that the Hydralisks and the Roaches and the Ravagers and the Queens were able to clear out the rest of the stuff here. Special still macroing behind all this, though. But losing some more tanks here on the high ground, forced to pull back to his 4th base location, which is not a planetary fortress, sending in some changelings to see exactly what Special's dealing with right now. And Special's actually up 70 to 65 Harvesters, which is insane. 66 drones have been killed in this game so far. 7th base for Snute is just about done. 6th base being replaced. Getting rid of another missile turret. The number of missile turrets that have died in this game is 4. This is pretty good. Trying to tack on in, clear out a tank. Can't quite do it. Corrosive Vial hits not enough. Guess who found the 7th base? Blue Flame Hellions! Roasted up 5 more drones before they get picked off into a corner. And killed. Last hit there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases up for Special now, too. He's been macroing his face off like a boss. 6th base for Snute, about 50% complete here. Where is there a Liberator? I can hear it. Oh, okay, it was here at the 5th. It did end up getting 5 kills, which is fantastical. More Vipers in production here, and the music's a little bit slow, but there's always stuff going on in these games. Liberator sets up on a non-complete base yet. He's waiting for drones to come in. This is a great move from Special, actually. I feel really good about that one. Accidental meeting in the middle of the map here is Snute and Special. Tanks setting up on the high ground, hoping to smash down on these Ravagers. Now, the Ravagers want to take down the Liberator, but moves in time. Consume being used by the Vipers on their own buildings. Do we have more Blue Flame stuff? Blue Flame Hellbats at the 7th base going to town. Special might have this thing just by the sheer number of drones he has killed so far. This is insanity. Spinecrawler finally pops up, but the Hellbats might take it down anyway. I don't know. 6th base going to die for the 2nd time in this game. There's just overwhelming force here. Both players are maxed out. Snute, I go for the base trade here. Loses his 6th, but he's going after the 5th base of Specials. There are some Liberators. Are there enough Liberators to chase this away? It looks like there are. Really not much anti-air here unless you count the handful of Hydras that are present. 3 of them or so. Special, after killing the 6th, is moving into this 5th. There are a bunch of Queens here defending, but I don't know if it's actually going to be enough here. Got a Thor in the mix. Fully upgraded mech for Special right now. Just crazy times. Ravager trying to join the party. No. +3 tanks to say no. Nope. You're not allowed to do that. Where is this medevac coming from? Probably was dropping somewhere. Vikings are taking down the Vipers, but still a lot of Blinding Cloud, a lot of Yoink being used here. Oh, so many tanks are inside this Blinding Cloud circle. This Ultralisk has 5 kills. Ultralisk is hacking away at the tanks, providing a lot of DPS, providing, again, a lot of tanking here, and Snute wins that battle once again. But if we know anything about Special, he has another army coming. And he's going to be just fine, although he is at 132 supply. He has 6 tanks and 4 Hellions and a Thor. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he's been struggling a little bit. He's a little bit gas-starved. He's sitting at about 200. He could use a few more refineries being tossed down on those Vespene geysers. He actually only has 1 worker on each of these refineries at his 5th base, rather. Interesting. I wonder if he knows that or if he missed it. Same here. Only 1. Is that intentional? I don't actually know. Here we go, pushing in with Snute's army. Got Ultras and Hydras and Ravagers. and thinks about going into the 5th, but says, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. The Ravagers fully upgraded. They are. They have all of the upgrades. Getting Hyperflight Rotors is special. The speed upgrade for Banshee. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing with that one. Attacking in from the south area. Missile turrets getting taken down. Tanks here as well. Static with siege mode, which makes them good targets for corrosive biles. Ultralisks getting right on top as well here. But no, getting chased away by what? Cloak Banshee? Might be getting chased away by Cloak Banshee. Does he still have no Overseers? He doesn't have any Overseers. Has he lost some? Tell me he's lost. Okay, he's lost 4. So he's been making them. Takes out a command center that was trying to be landed for like an 8th base. Special up top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 bases. 7th down bottom here. For special is trying to land an 8th up top here, but not quite allowed to do it by this army. More Vipers. Really needs the energy on those Vipers to be high to make this thing happen. Using an expired extractor. That's a good use for it. I like it very much, and it will regenerate its own health to be used later. Very good. Bringing in the Blue Flamer Hellions. Fully upgraded. We're just going to walk directly in to this 5th base of Snute. Roast up some more of these delicious, juicy drones. 11 kills, 12 kills, 13 kills. Snute's army is rocking on in to this 5th base, though. Ultralisk right on top of a planetary fortress. There are enough Ravagers and Hydras here, I think, to take this thing down. There is no saving it. Trying to save it with SCVs, but no. Not allowed. 19 drones killed, but 7 SCVs killed. Snute is down to 44 workers to 66. For special. This is getting an epic tag, ladies and gentlemen. This game has been so incredibly back and forth. First 20 minutes have seen 40,000 resources lost for the Terran and 36,000 lost for Snute. Just in 20 minutes of gameplay, both players have lost so many things and done so much damage. How many bases have died? 3 hatcheries have died, 2 command centers, 2 planetary fortresses. Yeah, nobody has been allowed to sit back and rest even for a second, and that includes yours truly. Your caster, Falcon Paladin. Banshees with their Hyperflight Rotors just flying around. Hey, look, some drones. Pew, pew. Hey, look, some creep tumors. Pew, pew, pew. What is going on? More elephants here at the 6th base location for Snute, which he's trying to reestablish here, but man, this has been a cursed base location. Does he know about this? He doesn't know about the base right next door. For special, Banshees just wrecking this here's 7th base up top. They don't care about spore crawlers. Okay, maybe they care about spore crawlers. They don't have actually attack upgrades. Working on it. Air weapons level 2 is coming in for our Terran player. Still no Spire for Snute. You might think Corruptors and Mutas would be good against these oh, he does have a Spire. Liar. He does have a Spire, but he hasn't actually made anything with it, has he? No Corruptors, no Mutas in that unit's lost tab. So, he's prepared to do it, but he's not actually doing it here. Moving right on in here is special. He's got his tanks. He's got his Hellbats. This 6th base is going to die again. The cursed base of all time here. This is the 3rd time it's been completely destroyed. No cancel even. For Snute coming in, responding with Hydralisks and Roaches and a lot of Vipers, and actually going to clean this up. Once again, there are some Overseers in the army this time, which I really like to see from Snute. Tanks on the high ground, but unsupported. Still raining down fire on top of everything here. 1 kill, 2 kills, 1 kills, and they're just getting outnumbered here by Snute. Some Hellions trying to join the party. Actually, that tank is left alive. No. The tank on the high ground is just splash damaging on everything. And Snute decides it is time to pull back a little bit here. Trying to attack with Queens straight up against Mech. I mean, alright. Might sort of work and might actually fail miserably here too. Yeah, these Queens are not doing as well as they necessarily could. Ravager +3. And the Viper count looking a little high. 6 Vipers. 14 Roaches in production. 6th base getting replanted again by Snute, but guess who's attacking it? Special. Special is... I mean, the list of options there was not very high, but it was definitely special. Thor walking in. Nope. Can't quite get that one. Abducting in a Thor. Getting murdered. No, does manage to save it instead. Snute, can he save his 6th base? He's got a pretty big army here. A lot of Vipers abducting units on in. Roach count fairly high here too. Tanks, so much yoink. Look at all this yoink and Blinding Cloud. Yoinking in to Blinding Cloud is Snute. What a play from the Zerg player. Going to clean up the rest of these tanks. Finally gets that one that's been on the high ground. Saves his 6th base and counterattacking with a fairly ragtag army. Ultralisk has 0 kills, 1 kill now, but he's been having a great time at these front lines, absorbing all the damage with his 7 armor. Is he going after this 5th base? The 5th base is Special, fairly well defended here. Are there enough Hydras and enough Roaches and enough Ultralisks here? There's 1 Ultra remaining here, and I think Special's abandoning this base. Can he get enough army response to save it? I don't really see it happening here. This base has been mining for a while. It's just about mined out. Some Lings joining the party. +2 attack on those guys, forcing a liftoff at the very least. And Snute decides not to attack up that ramp, loses another Ultralisk. And Special's 8th base up top is actually being denied because Overlord is pooping creep on a floating command center. Are there enough Hydras? Yes, I think there may be 8 Hydralisks with +3 attack. I think they can get it. They pulled back a little bit. They thought a whole army was coming, but there was not. Hey, guess what's under attack? The 6th base of Snute is under attack by Blue Flame Hellions. So many. 115 drones killed. So far in this game, the Queens can't do enough. The armor on the Hellions is 3. Enough to mitigate a lot of the damage done by those Queens. And the Hellions are mostly going to get away with this thing scot-free. At least 3 of them will. A couple of them will die. Does Snute still not know about this base? He still doesn't know about these bases along the bottom left, but he has to assume they exist, right? Banshee going after Snute's attempt at an 8th base up top here. Every base on this map has been taken thus far. And Hatchery's gonna die. There's the cancel, and the drone gets murdered. Double Banshee, man, pretty good stuff. Do they have full upgrades? +2's done. Still no +3. Oh, guess who found this base on the bottom for Special? The Roaches and Hydras and Lings did. Well, Planetary Fortress hacking away at these units, but there's just too much. There's too much here. SCV is trying to repair it, but no. Now trying to escape, but there's really no escape for these guys. Can any of them get out? Nope, and the base is out. So Snute sees it, immediately kills it. Good pick up there. Again, Special is pretty much down to 1 mining base. His base along this left side, this 6th base, is getting murdered quite nicely as well, but he's got a pretty big army of tanks and Hellbats and Metavacs sneaking on down to the southern section of the map where Snute's army is. The scan reveals this location quite nicely. How many Vipers are available? Only 2? 19 Vipers have been killed. Were you kidding? Wow. All right. Heading on up are Roaches, Hydras, everybody fighting. Blinding Cloud going down on everything. Banshees up ahead. Pretty much impervious to anything from below. The Hydra is trying to take them down. High ground positioning by Special. Really important here. Banshees getting murdered. Roaches dying by the hundreds, it feels like. But the Hydras stepping on through. Pretty much unsupported by anything else. Can they do it? No. Thor with 6 kills. Siege Tank with 5 kills. Viking with 1, Hellion with 2. Everybody is down to bare bones. Special's at 63 supply and 22 SCVs. Snute at 110 supply and 52 workers, which means he can make 16 Roaches and 2 Ultralisks, but he's very vulnerable right now. He pretty much just has Queens to defend, and the longer Special waits to attack on in here, the worse it's going to be for him. But no, he does actually have his 8th base up and running again. The 7th base location for Special has been taken by Snute. This is looking good for the Zerg player. This is looking pretty darn good. If he can get his Roaches to pop and join this party, I think he might have this thing. 139 to 69 total supply, pushing on up into this army with Queens. Ultralisks are in the back. Bad pathing, Ultras, bad pathing. Get up to the front, you morons. Ultras are so dumb. There it is. Ultras in the front, getting transfused by all of these Queens, allowing them to live so much longer than they normally would. Goodbye, Thor. Goodbye, Vikings on the ground. Goodbye, tanks. And that's a good game out of Special. Special is defeated, and Snute is victorious in 28 minutes and 56 seconds. What a ridiculously insane game from both of these players all the way around here. I can't even... 4 hatcheries died, 3 planetary fortresses died, 2 command centers as well. Bases were falling left and right. 121 drones were killed. If you're a Zerg player and you lose 121 drones, you might as well just GG out. You lost. You lost that game. But nope. No, you did not. Not this time around. Special lost 90 SCVs himself. That is a sick, disgusting number of SCVs to lose. 98 Hellbats, 77 Hellions, 83 tanks were lost in this game. 5 Thors. Snute ended up throwing away, well, not throwing away, but using 117 Roaches, 58 Hydras, 17 Ultralisks, 22 Swarm Hosts, 21 Vipers. That is so many dead Vipers. That's more Vipers than we see created in like most games for the last year. 34 Ravagers and 44 Creep Tumors were killed. In the end, we're looking at 70, 60, doing the math, 69, yeah, 70,000 resources lost for special. 79 compared to 58 for Snute. That is actually incredibly cost efficient for the Zerg player, especially against a meching player like that. To lose that number of resources compared to what the Terran lost is just nuts. Just nuts. So yeah, I really love Snoot's compositional choices. He had Swarmhost, Hydra, Roach, Ravager, Ultralisk, Ling, Queens, a lot of Queens. The creep spread was insane, connecting all of his bases, allowing them to get around from place to place pretty darn nicely. And yeah, I mean, that was just amazing to see. Again, I feel like Corruptors might have been pretty good against this, but chose not to. Not entirely sure why, but maybe somebody in the comments can let me know. But regardless, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and a Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.